InfoMello, and today we're going to talk about cannabis and self-care because it's International Women's Month. And I feel like sometimes as women, we get so caught up taking care of so many other things that we forget to take care of ourselves. And everyone, no matter your gender or anything, you deserve self-care. So we're going to get into it. So a couple of ways to practice self-care with cannabis are edibles, topicals, smoking, obviously, vaping, and self-care is important because we need to be taking care of ourselves mentally and physically and take breaks in between everything because life gets kind of hectic, and that's something that I'm really starting to look at, especially in this last year, is that we get so caught up with what we think we need to be doing. And, there's things like FOMO and internet, and we get so caught up in like social media that we're always with our heads down or doing stuff, and we're so distracted. And sometimes you just need to take a moment for you to breathe. Inhale, exhale. And that's kind of gonna bring me into one of the things that we are gonna talk about today, which is mindful smoking or just mindful consumption in general. You should always be mindful when consuming, especially if you're using it for self-care. Mindful in the way that you want to be clear with your intention. Your intention is to reduce stress, ease physical pain or discomfort, sleep better, or just have a break from the day, You want to be clear with your intention when you go into mindful consumption. So I personally, when I practice mindful consumption, I've talked about it before, is I like to inhale with the intention of fixing, like reducing my stress or helping my physical pain or feeling happier or just trying to let shit go. And then I exhale the smoke, thanking the plant for all that it is going to do for me and my mental and physical health. And I don't know, everyone kind of practices self-care differently, right? Like that might not be it for you. You might not be a yoga or meditation or mindfulness kind of person. You might be someone that wants to be distracted and relaxed. And in that case, we kind of suggest edibles. Edibles are a good way to get the benefits of cannabis without the stigma of smoking. Edibles are good also if you want the body high and the effects in your body more than your head. I find when you smoke, it's more of a head high, and when you like ingest through drinks or gummies or chocolates, any kind of edible form, to be quite honest, I really feel it in my body. Again, everyone's different, but it is definitely more of a body high. And so that's good for, again, anxiety, stress, things like that. But it's also just good for releasing tension in your muscles. It's good for, again, mindfulness, breath work, things like that. We've talked about before how cannabis helps with blood circulation. It also helps with airflow. And so, deep breath. Another way that edibles can kind of help you is, as we said before, sleep. Some people have trouble sleeping, staying asleep. Insomnia is a bitch. Believe me, I know. So a good thing for that is CBN. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to necessarily break down all the compounds for you, although I will get into that in one of our episodes. CBN is a different compound found in cannabis that is specifically geared towards helping you sleep. It is the part of the plant that I would say is most common in indicas because it is giving you that sleepier feeling. And then, if you mix it with some CBD or THC, whichever you need for you, it can kind of help you melt into your bed in a good way and maybe stay asleep. And I know for a lot of people that is golden because restless nights are not fun. Another way that cannabis helps with self-care is pain relief. So if you have physical pain, discomfort for whatever reason, condition, or just you worked out too hard, then you might want to use topicals. Topicals is another good way. There's bath bombs, lotions, creams, like just regular balms, like lip balms and just like rolling sticks, things like that. Those are really good for pain relief, especially if you're trying to target a specific area and you don't want the psychoactive effects. Topicals are non-psychoactive, and I will say this and say this again. And especially if you're someone who loves cannabis and wants to share it with other people in your family that are maybe a little older and are really against the stigma of smoking, topicals are a great way to go for self-care for you and the people you love. Another great thing about topicals, I would say, is just that they're discreet, you know? No one needs to know that you rubbed a topical on your leg or your joints or whatever. Nobody cares. To be quite honest, it's cream. So edibles and topicals are like the more discreet ways, less stigmatized ways to promote self-care. Also, some people just don't like to smoke. So those are great ways to help with, again, all these conditions. Now we'll get into our last and most common way of self-care, which I had already mentioned, smoking. Smoking or vaping. Vaping is a bit of a different high than smoking, mostly because you're not really getting the carcinogens, you're just getting a heated up distillate, and that creates vapor. We're not gonna get into that. Anyways. So with smoking, the good thing about that is that it is the fastest, most effective way to get the full benefits of your plant. Again, everyone's different. Some people might not like smoking, but if you do, then mindful smoking, mindful consumption, just trying to be present with how you are consuming, also taking it slow. That is the number one thing for any one of these, which is start low, go slow. Take one, see how you feel. Take a couple puffs, see how you feel. Rub some cream on your leg, see how you feel. You know, just figure it out. Like, ease yourself into it. It's a process, and you kind of do have to experiment with it. But once you find what works for you, you might find that it can make a world of difference. I've taken much time and many green outs to end up where I am now. And I still green out every once in a while because that's just kind of part of being a stoner. But it's, I know now how to deal with it better because I have practiced self-care. So these are just a couple of ways to take care of yourself while using cannabis. Please be careful. Again, start low, go slow. Be mindful of yourself. Know what you need for yourself as well. If you're an anxious and stressed person, THC might not be what you need. You might need more CBD. So, and if you're someone who just really needs to, again, be out of your head, not really, just be high, but like mindfully high, then THC is for you. Figuring it out. We're all different. We all need different things. And I think that kind of concludes our benefits to all of that. I mean, how do you guys practice self-care with cannabis? I personally like to smoke a joint and get into an infused bath. That is like golden. And then I can go melt into my bed afterwards, or I can do all the above, you know? I can smoke a joint, get into the bath, relax, and then get out of the bath, pop a CBD gummy, and then melt into my bed. Listen, that sounds like a plan. I think I'm gonna go promote myself with some self-care right now. Anyways, guys, let me know how you practice self-care down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye, guys.